back to LitTube. Tonight it's just me and Ross on the set while Justin is away in Texas, random. And we will be covering this week's wildcard games in the NFL. Let's get to it. First game. The Oakland Raiders travel to Houston to take on the Texans, where the game should be called Who's the QB?
Yeah.
First, well, we know that Connor Cook, fourth round pick out of Michigan State, will be starting for the Raiders, and Brock has got his job back for the time being. But I wonder if this helps Brock's stock if they do pull off a victory here. I guess it would.
I don't think so. He got benched for a reason. He's only playing for another reason. It's not gonna help.
I mean, you just hope that someone takes advantage of this opportunity. But at the end of the day, we do have to pick a winner of this game. I think I'm gonna go with the safe bet. I'm gonna say the Texans at home. Brock does have more experience than Connor, and it may be that extra push to get him over this weekend.
Yeah, I'm going with the Raiders.
Okay.
I think they have the better offense. Connor Cook, yeah, he was only a fourth-round pick, but he's out of Michigan State. Mm-hmm. What's his other quarterback that's playing down in Washington out of Michigan State who was a fourth-round pick? Kirk Cousins. Michigan State knows
we saw what happened to
quarterback.
Kirk Cousins.
But also Connor Cook, 2015 Johnny United's Golden Arm Award winner, top quarterback.
Okay.
I'm going with Oakland this one.
All right, and Justin, who actually sent me his picks earlier today, is also going to Texans, probably for similar reasons, but well, that's neither here nor there. Next up on the Saturday game, we have the Lions traveling to Seattle to take on the Seahawks in the 12th man. Again, terrible, tough place to play, and I think it's going to get to the Lions. I think the Seahawks are going to pick up a squeak by victory here this week.
Yeah, Seattle, tough place to play. Who knows? Probably raining. Always seems to be raining.
Always
going to be cold. Matthew Stafford, 9 wins. 8 of them, come from behind. It's hard to come from behind when you're in Seattle, so we want Seahawks.
I think it's going to be a tough game, though.
Oh, it's going to be close.
A terribly tough game. It's going to be a really good game, and I think it's going to be one of them games that comes down to the wire, but I think the 12th man is just going to play that added edge as it always does.
Especially in the playoffs.
Especially in the playoffs. Next up, the Dolphins travel to Pittsburgh, where I'm pretty sure it's like freezing right now. Actually, I think it is snowing to take on the Steelers, and they're a 10-point favorite. And after seeing what the Steelers have did against the Ravens, and just I don't doubt they're gonna have a victory here. Though they did look a little shaky against the Browns, but again, that was the last game of the year. You know,
they set the 3 Bs: Bell, Roethlisberger, and Brown.
Yeah,
You said those 3, even though it's the Browns, you're still going to love it. They weren't trying to get hurt.
They weren't.
They knew where they were. They knew they were playing next weekend. Maybe the question was who they were playing, but they had no say in that. They also just played the Dolphins not long ago, and it was not good.
Yeah.
And it's in Pittsburgh again, going with the Steelers.
They had their number on speed dial. But I'm telling you, that X factor is Ben Roethlisberger in the playoffs. Never count Big Ben out, especially in Pittsburgh.
No.
And last but not least, the Giants traveled to Lambeau Field to take on the Packers. And without even being said, just terrible elements of Lambeau Field and playing there in the dead cold of January. I'm giving before I continue, I forgot a couple of picks. Justin picked the Seahawks and the Steelers to win. Again, Justin, sorry, buddy. But to get back to the Giants and the Packers, very, very cold conditions. The Giants have looked amazing. I'm impressed by them. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it came down to the Giants and Cowboys. But I do think Aaron Rodgers, he's been looking good so far. And I think that's going to push them over, and I'm going with the Packers.
Yeah, it's cold. Yeah, it gets cold in New York.
It gets cold in New York.
We've all seen the old video of Tom Coughlin. His face was red as a tomato. And so it gets cold. They know how to play in the cold. Nothing's like Lambeau cold.
No.
In January.
Mm-hmm.
It's cold. Like I said, Rodgers, turn it back on. Jordy Nelson, I don't know how he's not in the Pro Bowl. Leads the league
How?
for receivers and touchdowns.
Screwed over.
Yeah, But with those two finally clicking again, going with the Packers.
And Justin's going with the Giants in a split decision. But looking back at the Packers, when I look at all the teams that were in the NFC, because when you look at the AFC, not counting the Chiefs out, because the Chiefs, I think they look good. It's almost like Tom Brady just has a cakewalk to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to it, I look at the Packers as maybe the team that could give him the most bang for his buck. I think that could be the hardest opponent for him. I mean, yes, the Giants. We've seen the Giants have beat him twice in the Super Bowl, and that's true. I think out of these two people, the Giants and the Packers, either one of those guys is definitely going to be in the NFC Championship.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised. But I think Aaron Rodgers has enough tools, and I think if he comes ready to play, Jordy Nelson just shows up, I think they could take the Patriots in the Super Bowl. But we're not going to do Super Bowl predictions yet. That's a different episode.
There's a long way to go.
Got a
there.
long way.
We're starting Wildcard weekend. There's 3 games they have to get through to even have a chance.
Hey, but we're going to be there every single week talking about the games, covering what you need to know to get ready for them. But of course, like I said, Packers win, no question. So that's our show. Quick little show for you. We actually did tally up the victors of the prediction percentages and overall. We're going to release that information next week on next week's show when Justin gets back. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Drop some comments down below and tell us what you think. Take care.